In other news, House lawmakers are expected to vote today on President Trump's sweeping spending package. It passed in the Senate yesterday. 3 Republicans voted no, so the vice president had the tie-breaking vote. House Speaker Mike Johnson says he wants that final vote by tomorrow at the latest so that President Trump can sign the bill by Independence Day.
And right now we're joined by political strategist Rina Shah to break down this bill. Rina, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you. So let's start with the House. We understand there are some Republican holdouts who plan to oppose this bill, not surprising. Can you tell us who are they basically and what issues they have with this bill?
Well, this process has been dizzying because when it was on the House side before it made its way to the Senate, I'm talking about the one big, beautiful bill, the mega bill that has so much packed in, Trump's agenda entirely can be seen in this one bill. When it was on the House side, you saw moderate lawmakers, people who sit in largely blue states but are Republicans. They were the ones having drama and concerns with the bill in that version. It did pass in the House, but with only one vote that put it over the finish line. Then when it made its way to the Senate, the drama was there, but Majority Leader Senator Thune was able to get it done, to get people to flip. People like Senator Lisa Murkowski, though they had many concerns about Medicaid, came through. But of course, Vice President Vance was the tie-breaking vote there. So razor-thin margins in both chambers definitely made this bill tough to pass. But now it's back to the House side, ping-ponged there, because it has to pass there again before it makes it to President Trump's desk. Now, in this moment, we're not seeing the moderates so much being as vocal as we are hearing conservatives from really the Freedom Caucus, people like Congressman Norman of South Carolina, people like Congressman Roy of Texas. They are the ones saying this bill is not fiscally sound. And actually, they're blasting members of the Trump administration, people like Vice President Vance, as well as Russ Vought, who has been central to this whole process. Russ Vought is an unelected bureaucrat, might I remind folks, who has been central to the Office of Management and Budget, but has played a key role in this bill, and especially trying to get conservatives to understand this is the bill that will help spur economic growth. That's what the Trump administration is saying is the big purpose behind this bill.
You also brought up Senator Murkowski, and I want to talk a little bit more about what we saw with her. One of the people who essentially was not really supporting everything in this bill, but she got some wins for Alaska, for her state, and so she ends up voting yes. But how does that show the process for how they sway each senator or House member to change their vote?
Well, whether you have a primer on this process or not, or whether you worked in the halls of Congress like me, I am somebody from the House side who has never liked big, beautiful bills, mega bills, those that cram in all the legislative priorities of one particular party. Murkowski's known to have gone against her party, and what she felt was the most problematic with this bill was the Medicaid cuts. She felt like those were too steep. Other people within the Senate had said the energy cuts were concerning for them, and yes, they were Republicans who voiced those concerns. But then you also had Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky saying this is a bill that drives up the national deficit. And so in essence, what he was saying to his fellow conservatives is this is not a very conservative bill. But we, again, have seen members of the Trump administration say this is the bill that helps us tackle a lot of the problems that they keep saying that the Biden administration left them with. I think Murkowski, what was most interesting about yesterday that I'm not seeing in the headlines today at all, and it's sort of inside baseball, is that she voted for the bill, and I'm paraphrasing here, in essence, to see it make its way back to the House to fail. She basically said she hopes it fails there because she thinks it's a bad bill.
Right.
If you talking to reporters on Capitol Hill yesterday, she was visibly disturbed. She was saying that she did this for Alaskans who she's, tasked with representing, but she does not like this bill. And I'll tell you, there are a lot of conservatives in the House that are making it really tough for this bill to pass before the July 4th self-imposed deadline by Trump and other Republicans.
All right, Rina Shah, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate all of your insight.